Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Brenda from Planty Pants, and I am super excited today to make this video. It is gorgeous outside. A couple of days ago it was 64 degrees. That's unheard of in Maine in March. So I just got the planting bug and the growth bug and the joy of plants bug. So today I'm going to be doing a video giving you an update of my sunroom slash plant room. I did a sunroom tour a few months ago, and it was one of my first tour videos, and it was very short and choppy. So I'm really going to do my best to take my time this time, because there's a lot of new growth going on in there, and I have some new plants, and I got rid of some old plants, and now there's only 147 plants in there instead of, I don't know, 180, 190. I'm down to 460 plants instead of 520, so I'm really happy. Still hard to manage, however, I'm trying to downsize a little bit. So, yeah, join me on my tour. Okay, so if I can just remember to keep my fingers out of the camera, to take my time, this will go well. So, I'm going to start from one side and go to the other. I'm going to point out some growth that I'm super excited about, and we will go from there. So, okay, I have given you a tour of my sunroom before. However, I am going to take my time this time. This beauty right here is a shell-shaped plant pot that I made probably in my 20s. I used to teach ceramics, and it's got a beautiful combination of golden pothos and not sure what kind of syngonium, but syngonium. So really healthy, growing good. Struggled a little bit when I first put it in there, however, she's doing good. So this is my my plant, I don't know, plant products, food, tools, tags, paraphernalia, clips, scissors, shears, hangers. All of that is in here in this little unit that I have, and I got those little baskets. If you're interested in how I organize all my stuff planty, please check out my video to that effect. All right, up here we have an asparagus fern that is really kind of struggling, but I'm not giving up on her yet. She's got some new growth, but I also do have to get rid of dead leaves every year, so that's a bit of a bummer. But that's an asparagus fern. So here we'll start with, actually let me start with my flowering maple. This I got quite a while ago, and the flower just fell off today. It's been flowering pretty much all winter. I overwintered it in the plant room just so I can cut it back and put it back outside this summer. Within maybe 4 weeks or so she'll be going outside, but the flowers are amazing. I'll inset one for you on the right hand corner of this video so you can see how beautiful they are. They're phenomenal. That's the only reason why I bought the plant. So first of all, up here, and I'm just going to move things aside for you, I have a fiddlehead fig, fiddle leaf fig rather, that's kind of struggling. She lost a lot of her leaves, but she has grown a new one. This one right here is relatively new, so I'm not giving up on her yet. Probably she got ticked off because it got chilly in here, because I have to keep this room heated, and yeah, I lost like all the leaves except for 2, and then I got this new one. So all right, right here we have just pretty much a salad decanter with some golden pothos rooting in it. Let me move this Plumosa Fern out of the way. Pretty healthy water propagations, hydro, whatever you want to call them, of some golden pothos. They love it in here. They pretty much live in here. I put rocks at the bottom just to help weight it down. But yeah, they just live in there and grow in there. In the back here, I have a beautiful Plumosa Fern, and she grows, and well, let me take this one out of the way and you can see how big she is. She grows and grows, and she flowers, beautiful flowers, so she's sprawling everywhere. These plants like to be really wet. Actually, the the Asparagus Fern too. But so she gets watered thoroughly every week. And then here in front of her is called a Bambi's Velvet. And I really do love this plant. It has pretty purple flowers, but to be honest with you, it's not one of my favorites because it gets really long and spindly, and nothing that I do stops it from doing that. Let me take it out of here so you can see. It's really a beautiful plant. The underside, the back of the leaves are like purplish, really, really pretty. I do love her, and it has a special meaning in my life. My husband gave me this plant. It's also known as a money plant. So I can cut it back. See how spindly these two are? I can cut it back and they'll root in water, but they just continue to grow straight up and get spindly. So I really keep it for sentimental reasons. All right, right here I have a beautiful Madagascar jasmine plant, and I just noticed today this new growth. It was actually intertwined on a branch of the Plumosa Fern, so I had to untwine it. Truth be told about this plant is when I bought it, it had beautiful flowers on it, and it never flowered again. So I water it and prune it, and it's got plenty of growth, but it doesn't flower for me. So I tried to sell it, but no one wants to buy it. There's a story of that one. Right here, I'm not sure what this is, but I cut it back recently, and oops, I just watered it today. That's the leaf, and I'm really not, let me see if I can help you see that. I'm really not sure what it is. I can't remember. I think it's actually I think it's a Hartley Philodendron now that I look at that leaf. But okay, so here hanging in the window is a beautiful Tradescantia. It's pretty much mostly just all green, and it grows, you see how it's growing down, and I kind of have it twining around here and there. I just cut off a couple of prop pieces today. But it's a beautiful plant. Loves it in that window. It's doing well, although I will say with Tradescantias, they're picky. I water her every week most of the time. Sometimes she doesn't need a drink every week, but I do struggle with the dead leaves and picking them off, and then I'll have to cut it back, yada yada. There is some really pretty striped ones in there, which is pretty cool. I do love Tradescantia. All right, going down to the next level, I have another fiddle leaf fig right here that's doing pretty well, although I will tell you that right here I lost a couple of leaves, and that one on top's not looking that great, but you know, she's okay. She's making it. Fiddle leaf figs are so gorgeous, you guys, but I gotta be honest, they're really a challenge, and they're certainly not for beginners. And when it makes me feel like I'm a beginner growing it. All right, so back here, I'm super excited to tell you that I have a Jungle Boogie Philodendron, and if you want to watch the video on, I've had this for quite a few months. I did an unboxing video. I got this as a five plant philodendron video from Glasshouse Works, and today I just noticed that I finally have some growth. Oh my land. It has taken forever, you guys, months. However, I'm excited. The leaves are really beautiful, but it only has 2 leaves and they're kind of ugly, so I'm just excited for that new growth. Right here I just have a little water propagating vessel with some Tradescantia, a piece of, it's an really beautiful one with white flowers, and then a little Syngonium, just propping in water in a cute little copper vessel shaped like a heart. Right here I just hung this is a water prop unit that I got, and I have some Tradescantia flowering in it, my one and only piece of Hoya Bertine, which is rooting, and I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't do very well with those. And a couple of pieces of Philodendron Brazil right here. You can see? All right, so let me see if I can move this out of the way. Back here is a gorgeous plant. So let me go from the side. Beautiful, beautiful plant called an Epipremnum Amplicium. It's a beautiful plant. The leaves get these beautiful purple fenestrations on them. It grows really fast, super thirsty, and I do have props of that in a lot of different places. You will see it. Right here is a lemon lime philodendron, super cute, healthy. You can see all the new growth here, all the new growth, looking good. I just gave her a drink. You can see she's got water here. Back here I have a gorgeous staghorn fern that was given to me. It was I'm a member of a trading group, and they have what's called Wish Wednesday, and I wished for a staghorn fern, and someone sent me a little piece, and this thing, look how big it is now. It flows over to the front. Isn't this a cool plant? It's really, really neat because the leaves have like this strange, you can see how it's moving in my fingers, like fur almost. Really, really cool. And then here in this little propagating bottle, I have just a few pieces of Brazil philodendron. And then here in the front, I have a Philodendron Burley Marks. And this was all that's left, basically, besides two little starts that I'll show you in a minute from this big giant burl marks that I had that broke, and it's a long story, but I feel pretty good because I noticed that it's got growth here at the bottom, and it's got new growth here, so she's gonna make it. And then also here, I have a peperomia in the back. What's the name of this one? Peperomia, hold on just a moment, I forgot. Red Twist. So it's pretty crazy and etiolated, but I think it's beautiful. I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting that in a hanging pot, because I think it'll just hang down and continue to grow. Super pretty leaves though, right? I think it's a very beautiful plant. Really, really pretty leaves, and the backs are purple or dark red, which I find beautiful. On this bottom shelf, I have most of my ferns. I do have a peperomia right there. I'm not sure what kind, but it is variegated, and she loves this little spot. She's growing just fine. Here I have a really cool lemon button fern. Pretty, pretty. I love this plant. Again, these ferns, actually not again, I haven't even said it yet. They need a lot of water, so I keep them pretty moist all the time. Not drenching, but moist. Okay, in this bottle I have another piece of that epi that I told you about, that on the shelf above. Amplicium, something like that. Really, really pretty. You can't really see the variegations right there, but it's variegated and it looks really good. The root system's nice. Here I have a crocodile fern. These are really super cool. The leaves are, for obvious reasons, it's called a crocodile fern. It looks like a crocodile. Pretty cool, right? I love it. She has the attitude that she will survive, so she is surviving. And then I have a blue star fern, which this is kind of cool because it's almost like a very light blue color. It's kind of hard to tell, but it is a light blue, light blue color, like a tinge, almost like silver blue, but it's really cute, and she's growing just fine. She's got some new growth coming on the inside, and this hair in the front is called it's a pilia. It's called Bronze Charlie, and it has grown tons and tons and tons. Look how big it is since I got it. It's super cute. I love it, and it flowers these adorable little flowers. But it already flowered once, but it likes this window. Like I said, everyone just got a drink. On this bottom shelf, I just have my clay pots, a couple of gardening books, and some plastic saucers and little prop boxes. All right. Right here, we have a Syngonium. I think this is one of the illusions, because if you look at this, it looks like it is when it first starts growing, but then it turns darker. I'm not sure what kind of this is, you guys. I do have a Syngonium video, and someone may have told me what this one is, but it's super adorable, and it likes it right there. Up here, I have a gorgeous Hoya Bertine. She flowers absolutely constantly, as you can see by this flower right here. Hopefully I can get you to zoom in. I love it so much, except that it flowers all the time, and if it flowers, the flowers die, and then it gets everywhere, so it makes a mess. That's my only complaint. But it's a beautiful Hoya. This plant right here is actually golden pothos, lemon lime pothos, Scindapsus, I think I have a piece in there. Yeah, right here. Scindapsus. I just stuck them all in that pot, and it's just now starting to get it together and trail. As you can see, the little Scindapsus. Right here, I have a string of turtles that's struggling. It was doing great, but I moved it and ticked her off, so that's, you know what, you guys, I just love the looks of these little tiny leaves. Aren't they the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Oh my gosh, I love them. I just do, but you know, it's struggling, so truth be told. Right here is a Polynesian Ivy. I just took a cutting of her today and I'm trying to prop it in water. This plant really is temperamental. I thought I lost the whole thing. Look how good it's growing now. I thought I lost it, but I cut it all back, literally cut it all back, so there was nothing, and then it came back. So I have to be careful with her, but I love the way she looks. She's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, what I'm gonna do now is just get this little stool, which I probably should have had ready, but didn't, because I want to make sure that I show you. Okay, this right here is a Monstera Adensoni narrow leaf, and this just has a bunch of different pieces in it. I cut it all the way back because it wasn't doing well, but as you can see now, it's starting to take off. Starting to get the little Swiss cheesy look. I spin it around every couple of weeks. Okay, here is where I keep my soil. I think I've showed you this before. My regular chunky mix that I make. I've got some orchid moss, and down there is some cocoa chips. This is my potting table that my son, this is just a regular rack, but my son put a top on it for me, and I love it. So on here, I do grow some plants on here. Here is, I might have already showed you this, so I'm not going to talk about it. I have got two plants that are in self-watering pots. This is one of them, and it's actually a Cebu Blue. And the jury is out for me about these, because my thoughts are that it's really keeping it really moist, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. So I'll let you know how this works, because there were two pieces in here, and the leaf turned yellow, and I just pulled it off. So here I have an ivy that this guy is super thirsty, and I got a lot of new growth, so I'm pretty excited. I almost lost it to spider mites, but I treated it, and look at all the new growth. How cute is that? I love ivies. I think this is a helix ivy, but lots of new growth, and you can tell by the lighter color green when it grows. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Here I have a black pagoda lipstick plant that I just flushed yesterday, and she's got some new growth there, as well as right there. And these have the most beautiful flowers. I'll see if I can find one and put it down below for you. Really unique leaves and beautiful, beautiful flowers. Excuse the dirt in my fingers. Here I have a Hoya Princess, also in leca, and I just flushed her recently, and she is also got some new growth, as you can see right there. Really pretty plant. Crimson Princess, so cute. I love it. Because this is my work table, there's things on here that I need to do, like right here is an amaryllis that I got as a gift that had wax around it, but I don't know if y'all knew, but when you get amaryllis that come with the red wax, Christmas time, once they flower and they're all spent, you can cut the flowers off and then take the wax off, and you can actually just plant this. And I've kind of been remiss at doing so, but if you look right there, you can see some roots starting. These will definitely just root if you pot it up. It's that simple. So I'm going to be doing that, and it will flower for me again next year. Like here I have some little pregnant onions that I'm experimenting with. They were just babies from another pregnant onion that I had that kind of bit the dust. So hopefully a couple of them are not bad size in there. So we'll see. This is my Philodendron Grazylay, and I actually had it at work for months, and I brought it to work because I wanted it to see if it would grow better. But as you can see, I am struggling with deformed, malformed, whatever you want to call them, leaves. And at work, another one of my coworkers had a succulent, and the leaves, we chopped and propped it, and I took the leaves and stuck them in here at work, and as you can see, all I did was lay them there, and they're growing. So succulent leaves are so easy to propagate, you guys. So I'm gonna chop and prop this Grazylay because it's a beautiful philodendron and I love it, but I do not love it the way it looks. I think it looks sad. So I'll be doing that. And then right here I have a black moon sansevieria that has done nothing, absolutely nothing since I got it. And it's been literally, you guys, a couple of years, so I don't know what's going on. It just doesn't grow. But I'm not giving up. These are the pieces that I cut off of that succulent that I showed you over there that I'm going to put in the same pot with that, probably in a different pot, but clearly it's healthy. I'm not sure the name of this one, but it's super cute. I love it. Pardon me. And then here I have a Syngonium that is also growing in leca. I just flushed it as well a couple weeks ago rather. And it's doing fine right there. She's happy. I think it's a white butterfly, but I'm not certain. But it's happy. And then here I have some cuttings of my red emerald philodendron. And as you can see, they're rooting in there, and I'm propping them, and I will be planting them up when the roots are more established. This is the top right here, and I have more pieces in the other room because it was really tall. If you remember, I did a video on that. And then here are the last two pieces of the burley marks from this plant right here that I have. I'm rooting right there, and as you can see, it's coming along. I'm gonna wait until this leaf unfurls and until I get better roots, then I'll plant that up. Down here on this bottom shelf, I have a very sad, pathetic looking Easter cactus that has never done anything for me, you guys. Nothing. I don't know. I don't know how to make it happy. I just don't. I repotted it. I moved it all around the house. It just looks like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe I still have it. That's how embarrassing this is. All right, here, I want to show you this. I love this plant so much. It is called Apilia aquamarine, only because look how freaking adorable it is. And it flowers too. So flippin' cute. And the reason why it's called aquamarine is kind of like a bluish color, almost like that that other little fern that I showed you over there. Same hue. This here is my Peperomia crostata. I think it's also called like a beetle peperomia, but I love it. I love this plant. It's so cute, and it's really happy right here. So this one doesn't seem to require a lot of sun, and as you can see, it's clearly growing. So that's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. And then over here, I just use this cute little container, this cute little vessel container for props. I've got a Moses in the Cradle growing, and then I have some Cebu Blue cuttings that are rooting beautifully in there. Cebu Blue, I love Cebu Blue. Love, love, love it. I just think it's so beautiful. And then over here I have a Peperomia that has been rooting in water forever, and I'm so ashamed of myself because I haven't potted it up. And then here I have some pathetic looking Nanook cuttings that are probably not going to make it. I just think that they know that I am fed up with their finickiness, and they're just rebelling. They're rebelling, so that's fine. So I'm not loving the Nanook. I don't do very well with Nanook. But anyway, on the bottom here, I just have all of my different media that I use. My tree fern, my all different, my worm castings, my my potting soil, my pumice, my African violet soil, my fern bark, my moss, my sphagnum moss. I have it all. So that's where I keep it. Ta-da! Okay, I will start with this Ficus Audrey, who is absolutely stunning. I love her. I like most ficuses. Her leaves are really soft, almost like velvet feeling. And I find her super easy to grow, and she just keeps putting out new growth. So highly recommend Ficus Audrey for any ficus lovers out there. And then here I have my Monstera Adensoni wide form. Now this plant, as you can see, if you look close to the butterfly clip, let me move it down a little bit. I cut it off recently because it wasn't doing very good. And this is all the new growth since I have done that, these leaves, and you can see a brand new leaf coming right there. And I propagated, I propped, you know, in one of my prop boxes, the pieces, the nodes. And so I have put 3 nodes that successfully rooted at the base of this pot. So hopefully I'm going to end up with one nice full pot of Monstera wide form Adensoni, which I want to cascade. I want them just to hang. They're so beautiful. But yeah, there's that. And then here in the back, let me move this little alocasia out of the way, is a really beautiful money tree with a gigantic caudex that I love. Plants that have big caudexes. I just think they're really cool looking. And this was given to me by a dear friend that I used to work with, and she just is growing in leaps and bounds. Love this plant. But it's a money tree. I think it's called a money tree. So in front of the money tree is my Alocasia zebrina. Obviously it's called zebrina because of the really cool petioles. And this plant, you know, the leaves aren't extremely remarkable in my opinion, but it's beautiful and it's growing for me very well. And I think I'm going to have another leaf coming pretty darn quick right from there. But it's healthy and she likes to be in this room. And then also on this shelf, I might as well just mention it, is some rosemary that my husband's co-worker gave him for Christmas with a meal that included included fresh rosemary. So she actually gave him a rosemary plant. I'm not sure if this one's perennial, but I'm going to find out. And if it is, I'm going to put it outside. Chances are it's not, but who knows, right? But it's cool. Super thirsty. I have to water it like twice a week. In the back there is my ficus. There's so much up here, you guys, that's in the way, but you can see this plant right here. It's kind of struggling. It's super etiolated, so I'm going to chop and prop it very, very soon. I mean, it's growing, as you can see. However, it is etiolated, and I don't like the way it looks. The leaves are supposed to be, you can kind of sort of tell here, I guess, supposed to be kind of sorted variegated. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Oh dear. Does this plant have thrips? I gotta get a closer look at this plant later, you guys. Maybe that's why it's suffering. I don't see spider mites or anything, but it's not really doing that great. Let me see if I can show you the leaves. Yeah, see how it's supposed to be variegated, but it's not doing great. So I am going to be chopping and propping it pretty quick. I'm just checking out this leaf here. Might be dealing with the problem with this plant. Dadgummit. I'll be pulling that down from here, lickety-split. Right here in the front is my gorgeous Alocasia Maya mask. Happy, healthy. New leaf coming, you can see right there, starting to unfurl. Other than that, it has 3 leaves. I will tell you that I struggle with my Alocasia and spider mites. Seems like I'm forever pulling one out of here. Like, see, this leaf is on its way out because it had spider mites. It doesn't now, but they are so tiny, you guys. I recommend This is what it looks like from a distance. I recommend to anyone that has alocasia for you to get a magnifying glass. This is mine, and it has a light, and it's pretty slick that you can, you know, put a plant under here, and I always forget to turn it off. Not only that, this is adjustable, so you can do it up high to look at something. So it's definitely worth the investment. I think I only paid like 15 or 20 bucks for this on Amazon, but I'm glad I did. All right, so there's my mind mask. So, you know, in the back here is one of my Alocasia Regal shields with gorgeous leaves, and she's got one pup, two pups in there that I need to get out, and I'm sure she's loaded with corms. But I have not. See the leaves, how beautiful they are? I just love it. I love Alocasia Regal shields. I mean, what's not to love? I do put these things in there so it doesn't flop over all over the place. It helps. So this plant up here is a creeping ficus. I think it's called Ficus Repens. This plant is super thirsty, and look how long the vines are. It's really cool looking. It's thirsty. I have to water this plant twice a week at least, and it dries right out. And I'm forever, the leaves, you know, falling off. You can propagate it by just putting it in water, which is what I do. And then I might as well just show you this one right now. This is propagations from my Million Hearts plants, which we'll get to in a minute. And I have it in leca. And yeah, she's growing all over the place right there, as you can see. She's loving it. Loving it, loving it. All right, I'm just going to go down here before I forget. On this shelf right here, I have a little struggling Philodendron Mikins. Oops, can't even see it, can ya? Philodendron Mikins right here. I don't know what's going to happen to her. She just lost another leaf today. I think I'm just going to cut it right back and prop it in water or something. And then here I have I think this is a Thanksgiving cactus, but I'm not sure. But see how it's getting red like that? It's because it's sun stressed, which I love. Hasn't flowered yet. Right here is one of my absolute favorite plants, but it hasn't flowered yet. It's called a Stefania Erecta. I will put a picture of one in the notes in the screen here for you. It hasn't grown yet, but the bulb or codex or whatever that thing is, it was just a ball with a little, you know, hopefully I got it planted right. I think I do. It hasn't grown yet, but it's fine. It's still hard and everything. Back here I have a red emerald philodendron, really small. I think I started that from just a little cutting that someone gave me. Kind of cute. Here I have a piggyback plant, which I love. I only got it because I wanted to see it grow. Oh, look, this is the first one that's done it. They grow other little plants on top of their backs that are shaped just like them, but this one just started. I lost this plant, the whole thing. It died, so I cut it back to nothing, and as you can see, it is coming back. All right, back here I am trying to root a little string of turtles. I'm succeeding. It's growing. You can see it trailing off there. And in the front here, I have an anthurium. This is the one that has the red flowers. I don't know what they're called, but this is the last that I have of my anthurium. I struggled with that. This, I just have some spider plant babies that are totally rooted in water. Back here, I have a Philodendron Gigantium, and it's growing really good. You see how it's already giving me so many leaves. I'm not sure how big it's going to get. I probably should do more research, but it's growing. This is another one of my favorite plants. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I think it's Dion Iduli or Dion Iduli. But I think this is just the most beautiful. I forget what these are called. I put it. They're from a family of, which is the same thing as this, I think. But I'll put it down in the notes so you can see. But I just love the way this looks. I'm praying to God that it will just give me another little stem. I really hope it does. But it's kind of cool. Back here, I have my pitcher plant, which is struggling also, but it's still giving me new growth. So we'll see what happens. I water her with rainwater only. Here I have another Ficus Repens that is variegated. Again, a thirsty plant. I just love the way this looks though, you guys. Isn't it cute? Love it. And then here I have a spiderwort that's just starting to come back after being kind of sort of crappy looking through the winter. Definitely, it makes you think that it's dying in the winter time, but you can see it's coming back. It's going to flower soon, I think. And here in the front is an Alocasia Halo Beauty. But I have heard, the reason why I bought this was for the leaves, you guys. Period, the end. That's it. But someone commented that they think that the Alocasia Halo Beauty might actually be a caladium. So, I don't know. It's never gone dormant or anything on me, and I am getting a new leaf, but that's what I heard. Alright, so back here I have a Philodendron Macaulay's Finale. That's growing pretty good. That's one of the newer leaves right there. And you know, it's growing. Hey, look at that. That's interesting. I wonder if that's another leaf just trying to get out of there. Oh man. I'm probably going to have to get in there with the Q-tip or something. And in front here, this is a Philodendron Bipent. Actually, I should break that piece off, but this was an experiment, I'll just tell you. And I grew it in tree fern. And as you can see, I'm getting a lot of auxiliary buds. I've got, let's see. I've got one, well, it's growing on the top, and then it's growing here, and then I thought I saw another, oh yeah, right here on the side. It's going to grow right here, I believe. I don't think that's a root. It looks right there like it's not, right? We'll see. But I just have to tell you that I'm experimenting with tree fern, and so far I like it. I like the root system. I like the way it smells. What's in there now is with just like Super Thrive water. So yeah, that's a little experiment that I'm playing with. All right, down on this lower shelf, I have an Al-Sobia Dianthiflora. This plant is absolutely gorgeous, and look what it's doing. So pretty, and the flowers are really pretty. And I think I'm gonna hang it. Coming up really quick because as you can see, it just wants to flow everywhere. It's just giving me runners, and it's so pretty. The flowers are pretty. Here in the front I have Arum Italicum. I think I told you about this before. I am trying oh look, it's coming. Trying desperately to grow this. I might put it outside this summer, like right into the ground. But when it matures, the leaves are they look like Syngonium batik. That's why I bought the bulbs. And here, this was a gift from someone that sent me something. They're calling it a Christmas fern, but actually what it looks like is a Boston fern. So I'm trying to see if I can get those to root. Here's my prop box. I'm not going to open it because I did recently, but I got all kinds of things propping in there. And here, I'm pretty excited. These are pothos, Hawaiian pothos nodes that I got, and they're all rooting pretty good. And also what I have in here is a silver sword node. Let me show you that because it's pretty exciting. I can get it out of there. It's got a root, and I'm not sure what that weird thing is, but hopefully it's beginning growth. So I'm pretty stoked. So all of these have to be totally put underwater. I think I'm going to put them in a different vessel to make sure that they stay covered. All right, so also in the front here I have a little tiny struggling strawberry begonia. I want it to grow, but it just doesn't. I'm struggling, but look how cute it is. All right, so over here I have another Regal Shields Alocasia, but this one's like so different. It's so erect compared to my other one that's up here. Like this one up here is like, you know, flopping all over the place. This one is just like whoop, Look at that leaf. Is that the most beautiful thing? This is actually a newer leaf, the newest leaf. Oh, wait, I take that back. Here's the newest leaf. Wow. Oh my gosh, what's not to love? Actually, you can tell this is new because it's not hardened off. It's still kind of pinkish red because it turns green like this. This one's my newest leaf. Wow, it must have just recently unfurled. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. So beautiful. All right, and then here I have my Alocasia Polly. As you can see, I'm struggling with my Alocasia Polly. She's had some big time problems with spider mites, and I have treated her and treated her and treated her, and honestly, I'm not sure if she's gonna make it. But she doesn't have spider mites right now, but she looks like poo-poo right now. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. I think she... Alright, I'm going to put this little thing right down there. Alright. This is my newest acquisition, and I wanted to show you just how beautiful it is. Ta-da! This is... First of all, this is a brand new leaf, as you can tell. It hasn't hardened off yet. Super beautiful. Gorgeous. It's called, I forget, Red Diamond Philodendron. Now, I gotta be honest with you. I saw this at Lowe's, and I paid more than I really wanted to. Now, you see, there's another leaf coming right here already. I think I paid $25 for this. And here's another leaf coming right here. Just because it was so magnificent. I mean, look how big those leaves are. I'm in love. So, yeah. It's actually in the same pot, and it's super thirsty. I already gave it a drink today. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Yeah. So the roots are really healthy. As a matter of fact, if you look right here, they're gorgeous. Gorgeous roots. So yeah. Red Diamond Philodendron. She makes me happy. All right, so also on this shelf is my Tetrasperma. Actually, that's what this is. I forgot to tell you. It's a Tetrasperma. I couldn't think of the name. Got to move that away from there. Philodendron Tetrasperma. So here's another Philodendron Tetrasperma that actually I cut that piece right there from. And she's doing pretty good, but I'm thinking about... I think I'm going to experiment with a moss pole with the cutting of this soon, because she just keeps growing and growing and growing, and I just love it. I love the way it looks, but she's pretty wild right now. Pretty wild and woolly. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place with the camera. So yeah, in the back here, I think I showed you how I I chopped and propped on my Monstera Peru, and this is what's left. She's given me some new growth right there, as well as right there, so she'll be coming back with a vengeance. And then this is my Philodendron Goeldei. I just love the leaves. This is a mature leaf. When they first come in, they have less, like this one. But as they get more mature, you get more almost like fingers. But this one's a perfect one right here. That's a really cool looking leaf. So that's a Philodendron Goeldei. On the bottom here is a rabbit's, what's it called? Rabbit's foot fern. Look at all the new growth. Isn't that the most wonderful thing to see in spring? Look at it. First of all, this little foot's growing. But just look at all the new little, they almost look like fiddleheads. So it's a really pretty fern that I enjoy. And then here I have a very mature, very mature and old actually, Thanksgiving cactus with an old bloom. It's got magenta color blooms. And next to that is another Monstera Peru that one of the props. Not growing that great, to be honest with you. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. It's got a couple of Mother of Millions in there, which is kind of funny. And then back here is another, this one I almost lost, Bird's Nest Fern, but I think it's coming back now that I look at the middle again. Oops, let me get this out of there. I think it's coming back, see? I hope so. I hope so. We'll see. Let me get that out of there too. Whoop! I just knocked a plant over. See? I do it all the time. And this here is a Monstera Potato that I cut because it was getting too tall, and as you can see, it's continuing to grow. I love, that's the newest leaf. I love these leaves. They're so cool looking. Monstera Potato. Super cute. Over here, I have an Epi. I can't remember the name of it, but the flowers are amazing, and I'll put a picture up for you, and I'll put the name too. But it's one of my favorite Epis. But truth be told, this one is super old, and I have cut and propped another one, and it's right here. So I'm probably going to be, so you can see it's much healthier and green, and it's not, you know, all dried up. I'm probably going to be chopping and getting rid of this one because, as you can see, some of it's really old and woody. But it is an Epi, and the flowers are absolutely amazing. See, that's a pretty healthy piece right there. I just need to cut the healthy pieces off the old woody pieces, like these. These are no good. Okay, here is a camouflage. Really sad about this plant. A camouflage Dieffenbachia. I paid way too much money for this, and it started declining right off the bat. I didn't know why. I thought it was a water issue. I thought it was a placement issue. And I finally discovered that it had spider mites after like a month, you guys. So I cut it all back and treated it, and I'm trying to rehab it back. We'll see what happens. This right here is a Carapegia. It's also called a string of spades, very much like a string of hearts, except that the leaves are more shaped like spades than hearts. I'll give you these little beautiful flowers. It's not flowering right now, I don't believe. Nope, but it's growing very well right here, and she's pretty happy right there. Right there. Here is my beautiful Hoya ovovata that I did a repot video of, and she is just magnificent. Look at the growth. I mean, she flowers every year for me, and it's pretty close to flowering time. We have another growth point right there. Got to check out where the peduncles are and see if I'm missing anything, because it's really easy to miss, because I think I only have 3 on this one. This is a string. I don't think it's a, not a string. I don't think it's a burro's tail, but it might be. But it's pretty etiolated, but it's in full sun, and I hung it there just because I didn't know where to put it. And it's doing okay, I guess. I should cut it back, cut some of the, you can see it's mixed, like clearly that's a donkey tail, and this is a burro's tail. The burro's tail are round like this, and the donkey tail are pointed and elongated like bananas. So over here we have what's called a million hearts plant. It's actually a Dischidia, and it's super healthy. I keep cutting it and giving people pieces, and it has the most adorable little white flowers you will ever see in your life. I wish I could find one right now, but I don't think it's flowering right now. But it's a beautiful plant, very healthy. And then here is some sort of Ripsalis, I think. Actually, that might be a Ripsalis. I don't know. But this I got as a little tiny piece, and it's just growing all over the place. Look how healthy it is. Super happy. And here I have just my prop bottles. Top one, I have a piece of Polynesian Ivy. Second one, I have that Epi Amplicium, like the other place. Here I have a piece of just a regular Hartley Philodendron and a piece of Sansevieria. Here I have some little string of turtles that I'm trying to root. Here I have another piece of that Amplicium, and here I have 2 little pieces of Sansevieria. Again, see the new growth right here? Isn't it cute? Look. Hold on. That's what it looks like when it starts growing. So I don't see any flowers, but It's sort of flowering season for that, but that is the same thing as the other over there, the Epi, or I think it's an Epi. And then here I have a Hartley Philodendron that was struggling in another place, and I moved it there, and it's doing pretty good. It's filling out that area pretty nicely, as you can see. I have it trailing. All right, so down here, I have a plant that my daughter gave me for Mother's Day last year, and it's actually a yucca. And I'm overwintering it here in the house, super thirsty. I was going to go outside very soon. And here I have some angel wing begonia propping, and definitely got new growth. Got a lot of roots. I'll let you see that. Yep. So I'm going to have, you know, a new plant. I got these from work. Then here is my Monstera Deliciosa, and I almost lost it to thrips, but I'm happy to say that I have new growth right there. So 2 new leaves coming. I'm super excited about that. I'm not sure if they're going to be, this one probably, oh, I don't know, it might be split, I'm not sure, but I'm anxious to see. So yeah, there's those. And then here I have a succulent. I'm not sure what kind this is, but it's really, really healthy right there. It loves this sunny window. I'm not sure what it is. But as you can see, it's like everywhere, just flowing. And then here in the front, I have Alocasia Yucatan Prince. This is one of my favorites just because of the gorgeous color. It's a dark, almost like a dark greenish purple, really pretty. And this leaf is just about on its way out, but I'm going to leave it for a bit longer. And back here, I have my Bellyache Bush. I think this is, yeah, this is a Bellyache Bush. And you can see this more up close and in its glory in one of my other favorite plant videos. This is just so cool, just because the growth is only on top, and I just love the shape of the leaves, and I love the little stickiness on the petioles. Really cool plant. Here in the front I have my Syngonium Mojito. However, you can hardly tell it's a mojito, which is very sad to me. It just looks green, unless you look like this. Probably is the only leaf that I can tell that it's mojito. So I've been asking questions about it in other groups, and I've been told that it's just a genetic thing. Sometimes they're, you know, really obviously mojito with really cool colors, and other times they're not. So there you have it. Back here I have my beautifully healthy Pilea peperomioides. And I love this plant. I just love it. It's healthy, it's happy, and likes the full sun. Here, if you saw my my making moss poles video, I will show you those right now. This is the Syngonium Elbow, as you can tell by this beautiful leaf. And I'm just gonna give you a closer look. I put it on this moss pole 2 weeks ago, actually, I believe. And as you can see right there, that the root is going in, and it's also starting to go into the soil. I am super excited about this already. I have it, when I have it here, I face it toward the window so it gets good sun. And then back here I have an Stapelia of some sort. I'm not sure what kind. It's never flowered, but it's healthy. And I got new growth right there that I noticed today when I was watering. This one in the front is a Hunaria Leindertzii. This has never flowered again, like the Hunaria in the other room that I showed you last week with my favorite succulents. These are soft and furry, but I don't know what the flower looks like. It has never flowered, but I hope that it does soon. It's quite beautiful and very easy to grow. Back here I have another Lifesaver plant. Oh my goodness. Oh, as you can see, it's kind of struggling, but it's dry right there, even though it looks like it's rotten. I didn't water it today, I don't think. Did I? Might have a teeny bit. Okay, so here's my other moss pole that I made to put my Monstera dubia on. And I think I told you about this. It was just a leaf, tiny leaf and like 1/4 of an inch, literally one node when I bought it. And it gave me a couple of, I mean, it just grew and gave me these little teeny weeny leaves and tiny, tiny roots. But I put it on a moss pole, and I don't really see, actually up here I'm thinking that probably it's starting to attach, but look at the difference in the, because when you look at the roots there, it doesn't really, you can't really tell if they're attaching or if they're trying to, but up here it looks like it's pretty snug on there, and I'm pretty excited about that. And look at the difference in the size of the leaf, so that is very exciting, exciting, exciting. Next I have this huge aloe vera plant that I've had for years, and I just repotted it recently, and I still have to stake it up because it's huge, but I love it, and that's just how it is with her. This is a gasteria, one of the ones that I did a repot of 2 really root-bound gasterias that you can also check out on my channel, and this is one that I repot. It's doing just fine. And then my Philodendron brandinatum, you know, I struggle with this guy. It gives me some beautiful leaves, which I'm pretty happy about. And then all of a sudden, you know, it just starts getting really scrawny leaves. And then look at this. I don't even know what happened here. Can you see that? I'm very sad about it. I'm thinking about chopping and propping it. I probably will, because I'm not very happy with how it looks. So, yeah, Philodendron brandinatum, I think it's called. This is my Alocasia serendipity. The leaves are pretty cool, and I like the color of the leaves. I just love alocasias of all kind. Again, I have to be careful of spider mites, so I'm always examining them really carefully. Back here we have a succulent. I can't remember what it's called, but the leaves, the name of it has something to do with the fact that the leaves grow like sideways, vertically instead of horizontally, which is very interesting. But I propped it up. I propped it a couple of times, cut it off, but it's really a cool looking succulent. I'm not sure the name of it though. I don't have it tagged. And then behind the, all right, I just totally dropped a plant. Behind the serendipity is this beautiful bird of paradise plant, which is again giving me a new leaf. This thing has grown so much since I've gotten it. And the latest leaf is, let me see if I can show you, if I can get something out of the way here. Really pretty and big. And I'm excited. It has a little bit of damage on the top. I did that myself, of course. So I'm pretty excited about this thing. It's going to be huge. I can't wait. And then I have another alocasia that I have growing in leca. And honestly, I don't know what the name of this one is. But I think it might be a poly. No, not a poly. Yeah, maybe a poly, but it's growing really good in this leca. But there's actually 2 or 3 pieces in here, and I'm pretty happy with how it's growing. You can see I have some new growth starting right there. This leaf right here is new. Let's see if I can show you this one right here. It's just opening up. Pretty, gorgeous. So it's growing. Back here, this is a really gnarly Ripsalis. I don't love it because of the aerial roots everywhere. It's called a Ripsalis Suriescula. It's never flowered. It's kind of unremarkable. I'm probably going to be getting rid of it. So, yeah. Here I have my Buddha's belly plant, which I told you about. It just kind of looks like this in the wintertime, but I think it's going to start to put out new leaves, which are really beautiful leaves. I'm excited for that. And I'm just being patient. Here I have a dwarf banana. Super happy, reaching for the sun on this glorious day in Maine. I'm excited. And then here I have an African milk plant, I think. Let me show you how tall it is. It goes all the way up to here. So I would have to say, if I had to guess, from, see how small the pot is in there? From there, it goes up and up and up and up to there. I don't know, probably 3 feet, 2.5, 3 feet. Pretty cool. All right, now on this bottom shelf, I have a donkey tail. I think, it might not be. Some of it is for sure. Again, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my plants have 2 or 3 plants in one pot. I'm not sure, but it's really healthy. It loves the sun right here. Here is another one of my gasterias, the little warty. She's doing fine. I think she's starting to grow. She had a nice root system anyway. This is one of the ones that I unpotted, and the one that was crowded, the mother plant was crowded. Here's a little tiny Haworthia, or it could be a hybrid of an aloe. I'm not sure. This is definitely a hybrid of an aloe that my daughter gave me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and it needs to be repotted. It is on my list to repot. This is the Epipremnum Amplicium, Amplicium. I can't remember. But you can see how the leaves here. You can see the silver fenstration. So I just potted this up recently, but it's definitely taken hold. As you can see, it is growing. See? So I'm excited. This right here, I bought. It's a Stefania Gigantium. This has never flowered for me, but I will tell you that I noticed yesterday, look, it's only in there by a couple of roots, but look how easy it is to prop succulents. The leaves just fall in there, and I just leave them and they grow. It's absurd. It's so cute. This is my silver quill. It's really big, really beefy. The leaves are really cool on this, and they really grow from like these bulbs. See? It's really cool, but she needs to be repotted as well. She's on my list to be repotted. And then over here, I have some kind of kalanchoe here. Again, I've got a little succulent leaf that fell. Look, a couple of them. I'm sorry, you guys, but you just can't make how stinking cute is that? I just love it, but this is some sort of kalanchoe that it was really etiolated, so I hacked it off, and this is what's left. This, I'm not sure what it's called, but it sort of looks like air plants, but it's not. Maybe it's some sort of bromeliad, or, let's see how it looks. See how it looks right there? They're like little clusters, and it's just full of clusters. I really love it. Let me see if I can get this out of the way so you can see the whole thing. I really love this plant. It's really, really cool looking. I'm not sure what it's called. If anyone knows, please tell me, because I don't have a tag. And it's hard to water, I'll tell you that. Really hard to water. See, this is what they... And it's vicious. It's got spikes on the leaves or stems or whatever those are. Here is another one of my gasteria that I repotted. She's loving it right here. She looks good. Here I have a mixture of Lifesaver Plant, another kind of Stefania, and a kalanchoe. I don't know what I'm thinking, you guys. This pot is crazy. I don't know, seriously, I'm not sure what I was thinking. So the kalanchoe is way over here. Look how big it is. Look, I chopped it, and then it grew like this, way over to here. And then this piece grew like this. It's the kind that has the purple on it. You know what kind it is. And then I've got a piece of Lifesaver Plant that I just stuck in there that grew. And then another, I just have this habit of like sticking things in just because I don't want to see them die, which, you know, whatever. Pardon me, I'm not sure if that's good, but I do it. Here I have a different kind of devil's backbone, which is really cool looking. I love these leaves, and I like the way they get pink in the sun. Can you see how cool that looks? It's really neat. It's doing well. And then here is, I showed you over there that I had this is a Philodendron Bipent, and I cut it off, and it's growing right there. So it's restarting to grow. There's a new auxiliary bud right there. So I'm sure that's going to be fine. Here in the front, I have a cute little succulent. I'm not sure what kind it is, but I just cut it back because it was getting all over the place. But I just couldn't give up on it just because it's a, look how cute the growth is. Look how cute. I just love it. And then again, some other, this I'm pretty sure is from a burrow's tail succulent, and look, it's growing right there. Right there. Right there. I'm sorry, it's too cute. Here I have an adorable ogre ear. I have a really big one in the other room, but it's in a cute, this is in a cute little copper vessel. But it's really, I stuck this piece in the bottom because I needed a place to put it. So it's just a little stem of an ogre ear. I'm probably going to cut that off and stick it in the bottom, but I haven't done it yet. Lots of things to do. Here, this right here is some sort of an aloe hybrid. It gives me tons and tons of babies, and I'm always pulling them off because there's just too many of them. I mean, like, see these? I just pull them off. They just like fall off, for heaven's sake. So that's kind of cool looking. And back there we have a tiger aloe, which is all falling over. Let me see if I can stand it up for you so you can see it. Whoop! Yeah. It's kind of leaning over. Sorry guys. I'll have to stake it up. So yeah, that's what's on this shelf. Oh, and then this peperomia is here too, which I'm struggling with. This one's a gravelulans. I bought it because the leaves were really cool looking, and it instantly started to suffer as soon as I brought it home. I do struggle with peperomia. I think I've told you guys that, but yeah, there's that. So this is pretty much everything that I have in my sunroom as of this day. And let me just show you my little mishap, and I'm pretty freaking sad about it. Yeah, so that's what I'll be dealing with when I'm finished with this video. I'm very sad, and as you can see, I damaged one of the leaves, but I think it's not broken. I think I can stake it up. I am super sad. I am sounding like I'm really not, but I totally am. And dag freaking gummit. Oh man. I have this in here and it's 54% humidity. It's still winter in Maine. And then of course I have my little heater, which is always on low. And yeah. Welcome to my life. So there you have it. An updated tour of my sunroom slash plant room slash happy place. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. It will really help me out a lot. Planty Pants. And if you have subscribed, thank you for returning and watching my videos. I do have a lot of fun with them. So until next time, I want you to take care of yourselves, make the best out of this crazy life, and God bless.